everybody, and welcome to our June Lunch and Learn. I'm coming to you live from Golden Dog headquarters, and I'm here with one of our members, Andreanna. How are you?
I'm good, Tracy. How are you today?
Good, good. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm really glad you're here because you and I had been talking a couple months ago now on one of our last adventures about your beautiful girl who we're going to introduce here in a little bit. She is a dog that is nervous, reactive by most people's definitions. And there's special things that you've done with her to help condition her, to help train her, and get her ready and comfortable with coming to our events. And that's what I want to talk to people about today, because I find that a lot of people think that if they love a reactive dog, they are more isolated and do not have an opportunity to join our adventures. And you're somebody who has a dog who has joined more than 10 adventures. So I want to talk to you about that and find out kind of what's your secret sauce with your beautiful girl. Did I hear that she just came in?
She did just come in.
Oh, does she want to join us?
She is just getting undressed from her outside attire, so we will.
All right, she'll join us shortly.
Gotta get her cookie.
Okay, well, that's very important. We don't want to interrupt that. Yes. So I know you have, her name is Nora. You have named her Nervous Nora, and you have an Instagram account that talks about her adventures. So why don't you talk to us a little bit about Nora and why she's Nervous Nora, and what kind of things have you done with her to create that bond? Oh, is she coming in? Oh, there we go. Hi, Nora. She loves the treats. I do know that. Yes. Hi, baby girl.
She'll probably settle down and join us in a little bit. Yes, so I am the wonderful guardian of Nervous Nora. Nora is a rescue from a rescue down south called Big Fluffy Dog, and she came to us with the preface of that she had a small amount of stranger danger and did not play well with other dogs. When we received her, we realized that her quote unquote stranger danger was a little worse than what was led to believe. And we started kind of digging into what that meant for us and this dog that we have. We realized some of her issues come from pain. She has orthopedic issues, both in her hips and knees, and I suspect probably her shoulders as well. And also some generalized anxiety. So we consulted our veterinarian. She was still a foster at that point. So we consulted our adoptions team. There she is.
Making her appearance. Awesome.
And so we got her on an anxiety regimen and started kind of realizing, and there she goes. What we can be doing. So we started with a trainer. We didn't have a ton of luck with our first dog trainer, just differences of opinion, and it was kind of an in-home person who came in, and that was just really tough for all of us. I had anxiety about somebody coming into my home, so I was panic cleaning every time she came over, and it was just really tough on Nora too, while we were still trying to get the generalized anxiety under control and learning the dog that we had.
So your situation is not unusual, because I've heard so many stories about people who rescue a dog knowing that there's some issues there that they might have to overcome, but then the issues are so much bigger than they've been told. So it's almost, for lack of a better word, do you feel that you were kind of duped?
Yeah, a little bit. Now, we'll talk a little bit about this later, but now working in rescue, I can see, the other side a little bit of, you just have a heart for these dogs, especially these long-term dogs. She was there for over a year.
Oh, wow.
You just want to see them, go to a home, and it's so easy to just talk them up and gloss over their issues. So I can see how it happened, but yeah, a little duped and having to change, expectations of what it would be like to have a dog. This was not going to be a dog that I could take everywhere, and we couldn't have people, we had to slow down our social circle. We couldn't have as many people over. We had rules about people coming in. It was nerve-wracking going to family events, with her when we traveled, who had other dogs. So it was definitely a shift of expectations.
Well, and first off, thank you for your commitment to her because I know firsthand as well how difficult raising a reactive dog can be. Um, Tell us, how old is Nora and how long have you had her?
She is about 4 now, turning 5 this fall, and we have had her 2.5 years now.
Okay. So you've had to really learn to incorporate her into your family and to understand her needs and to make her feel comfortable. So talk to us a little bit about that journey over the last 2.5 years.
Yeah, so when we travel for holidays and whatnot, we stay with family, and they have 2 resident dogs. And we have kind of a large extended family as well. And these are just people that we know we're going to have to interact with over and over again. And so we needed to take these, so slowly, but to set up for success, but also just, kind of dive right in at the same time, because you're there and there's nothing, you can't go home when you're 7 hours away from home if something isn't working out. So we kind of, with just my own research from online of, some training techniques, and kind of just the generalized, well, she'll probably need a muzzle, from the rescue, we started to, introduce her to the family dogs. We did, slow interest, parallel walks, and just kind of had our family just take the time to ignore her and just let her be in the space, because especially in the beginning when her anxiety was just so high at baseline, we just needed that time for her to decompress in every situation, and every new thing was something we were learning of how she would respond to.
Well, it sounded like you were really dedicated to her care and really being aware of how she was in different situations so that you could help her. And then if there was something you didn't understand, you would go and get that information. I mean, anytime I've seen you, you've been just so, your relationship is so strong with her. I mean, I can tell how much you love her and how much she loves you. And there's definitely that trust and that bond there because you've worked so hard to develop it. So that's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, that was one of those big things we wanted to achieve. Of, there's no way we can change behavior if that bond isn't there first, and that itself took a long time, just because she was nervous of us in the beginning.
Yeah, very good point. And I know you said to me too that even once she bonded with you, it was still a little bit harder for your boyfriend, wasn't it?
Yes, absolutely. For the first probably about a week, it was very strained in the household. He couldn't walk into a room without her growling at him. So he had like a bowl of treats that he walked around with for about a week, and just dropping, and no contact, of just trying to, be able to start that bond as well. And, I think her and our bond is, different than his and hers, but
Yep. But he's
it's
come a
there.
long way, haven't they, in their relationship? They
Oh,
both have.
absolutely.
Good.
I mean, you can just see from, a friend that she's met multiple times, her relationship with them versus her relationship with him. I mean, that's definitely dad.
That's wonderful. Well, great to see that you've encountered these obstacles, but you've been able to overcome them over the last 2.5 years. And so I think we first met you, was it October last year?
Yes, I think so. Either, sometime in the fall there.
Do you remember how you heard about Golden Dog Adventure Company?
Yes, I originally heard about you guys through the Sniff Spot. We had started utilizing them as kind of a way to branch out of our little apartment and walks around our apartment. And yours was the second ever sniff spot that we ever booked, and you spoiled us. We have barely gone any since.
Well,
And
thank you for that. I appreciate you visiting us there.
And I think you just invited me to all of the community pages on Facebook, and that, about all the events that you do. And so my interest was piqued.
Nice. Well, and so the first event that you decided to attend was, let's see, we did a pack adventure, I
Yes.
think in Rollinsford, and then we went to the cider company in Dover.
Yes.
And so I want to show everybody a picture here of Nora because she was all ready in her gear. She had her basket muzzle on and she had all her yellow harness and bandana and other things needed just to, the kind of what we train people that yellow says that my dog needs a little bit more of a bubble than your dog, and please don't approach without permission. So while I throw that up, can you tell me what was going through your mind as you decided this is your first adventure, which most people with your type of dog would not have done because the pack adventure, yes, but the social setting on the deck at the cider company might have been a little overwhelming. So talk to me a little bit about what was going through your head there.
Yeah, so it's definitely I was nervous. We had a nervous Andreanna and a nervous Nora. And my original intention was only to do the hike portion. I was really unsure of whether or not we would go to the patio afterwards, just unsure of, I'd never been there before, so I wasn't sure how crowded it would be. What kind of, is this a spot where somebody comes up and serves you? Because, an approaching person like that would be, 100 times worse than just sitting somewhere. So we attended the hike. She did the hike portion without her muzzle, but I always had it. But she has all her yellow gear there as well. That was, I think that was one of my things too, that I saw on the event page, was that you provide yellow ribbons. And that was kind of when I started realizing that this, may be a group that we would, because we're already conscientious of needs that we might have as a reactive dog pair. And then on the hike, just the initial, at the beginning of every event, you mentioned the yellow awareness, and now that you know us, you also mentioned Nora at every event that we're at. And then as we went through the hike, kind of checking in and seeing if we liked where we were in position, and do you have enough space and everything like that. So it kind of gave me that little extra confidence boost to say, well, why don't we'll just drive over. We'll drive over to the cider and we'll check it out. I'll check out the space. I'll put on her muzzle and we'll see how it goes. And when I saw this, big open patio and kind of a tucked away corner where we could sit and kind of not have to kind of blocked off from everybody else, that we could sit and enjoy. And I even had a cider and got to just talk with other like-minded people of, even if they didn't have a dog like I did, through this group, they knew about dogs like mine and had the wherewithal and the knowledge to be able to respect what I said my dog needed.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I want to go back and just reinforce, because people who are not members might not be aware of it, what you were saying regarding the education. So yes, we do have yellow ribbons that we give out free of charge at our events for people who need want that extra space for the dogs. But we also have a whole social ribbon program now. So there's ribbons for dogs. They're green, that want to make friends because people asked us about that. We have blue ribbons. We have red ribbons for dogs that are a little bit more aggressive. We have ribbons for dogs that are having a problem seeing, or that might be on a special diet and want to make sure that they're not fed any treats. So we've got a whole program there, and we do a lot of education around that so that everybody understands what the color of the ribbon means. And then also, because we've come to know Nora and Andreanna over the last several months, we understand that Nora likes to be in the front on walks. So, we have Nora get in her pack position where she's most comfortable, and we give her the space that she's needed. And we also educate that about that too. And so now that we've come to know them, we'll tell people at the beginning of an adventure when they're there what makes Nora comfortable and what doesn't make Nora comfortable. And one of the things that we've learned is you can't look at Nora. She makes her very uncomfortable. So we just alert everybody that this is an issue. So please don't look at Nora. If you want to, talk to Adriana, just make sure you're looking away from Nora. She will take treats from you. She's very engaging that way. But, it only took us a couple of events to just basically understand what her needs were. And then once everybody understands that, it's like having a friend with a special need. And once everybody understood that, then Andriana and Nora could feel comfortable in and among our pack adventures and any of our adventures. I mean, you've come to, let's see, you came to the Corn Maze Halloween event. That was very well attended. So there was a lot going on there. You came to this first event. You've been on other hikes. You've been on small hikes. You've been on big hikes. So we can actually go through here and we can see some of the pictures. Let's see.
Yes.
I think
that was an event too, her grumpy face.
Well, because I know you came on one recently where, here you are at the playground. I'll just flash that up.
Yes.
So that's actually how we originally learned of Nora. So the Golden Tog has its own playground sniff spot, as Andriana mentioned. That's in our backyard. It's closed for the moment because of leach field repair, but it will be back open soon with new fun and engaging playground items. And let's see, we had, here's one. You came to this one. This was Thanksgiving morning, as I believe.
That one I think was a personal adventure. That's at the Urban Forestry Center.
Oh, okay. I thought this was Piscasset Greenways. Okay.
Nope. That's
so that was one on your own. Here was the St. Patrick's Day one.
Yep.
That was a good adventure. This one here, let's talk about this one too, because this patio was a little bit smaller, but you had a good experience at the cider place, so you thought you'd try this. But what we found out is there was a little bit more commotion from some young children than we expected. You want to talk to us about how she did in this situation?
Yeah, absolutely. This was a small patio, very busy. I think there was some sort of event inside that had been letting out. And so there were people moving equipment in and out, and a few kids running around. This was our first adventure that we took our settle mat there that you can kind of see. And I think that really helped. Even though she didn't, we hadn't really learned how to settle on it yet, it gave her kind of a target space. She knew that was her space. And so that really helped kind of give us a corner. I'm tucked to there in the corner of the patio. You'll kind of notice a theme there of we like to tuck ourselves in, where if we can have two walls of not having to worry too much about what's behind us really helps. And overall did well, was nervous, didn't really settle too much. But again, I got to enjoy a beverage. We had one almost incident of, you can see the flower box there. She had her head poking through toward the road. And a little girl just kind of came hands out, and thank goodness for Ray looking out that way. He, advocated on behalf of us and said, no, not that dog. Try one of these two over here, who, we had Gilly and Rocky there, who absolutely love attention. And so I think we, with Ray's help, we definitely prevented a pretty disastrous situation. But that's one of the things that we love about going to things with you guys is that it's not just me advocating for my dog anymore, where you guys kind of know us, you know what to look out for, and even help advocate for her needs.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up. Let me speak to that too, because so Ray is my husband. He's an adventure guide and he takes pictures for us as well. And we're always on alert, again, because we have reactive dogs ourselves, so we just have to be. And we have like our little monitors up, and we're always looking for situations that could cause an uncomfortable or put the dogs and their humans on our adventures in an uncomfortable position. And Ray just happened to notice this little girl kind of skipping from the side of the parking lot in, and as Andreanna mentioned, it's open right under that shelf there, and she stuck her hands in. Doggy, want to pat the doggy? Um, so fortunately it was averted, as you said. It makes me think back, like, should Nora have had her um, basket muzzle on, because we didn't know that those things could have happened. We've never experienced children there before because we come at night. But as you mentioned, there was an event going on and there were younger people there than we expected. It was a learning opportunity for us. It was a learning opportunity for you. But you're right. We're always looking out for each other because we need to, because when we walk, there's always unleashed dogs. I mean, it is, even if the sign says leash dogs, it's going to happen. But by us having adventure guides that are trained to understand the needs of reactive dogs and their guardians, it can put you more at ease because we're there to advocate for you, as you mentioned, and we can talk to those other people walking with their dogs who might be on a retractable leash or might be off leash. I mean, I can't even tell you the situations we've had. People on their cell phone with their dogs just running loose and they're not even paying attention to them. And we, try to pull them aside and say, hey, can you leash your dogs? Here's why, yada, yada. And, we get all kinds of expletives. I'm just like, we've got so many stories to tell. I'm sure we could fill a book. But you're right. We're there to advocate for the people walking with us, not just our members. We're there to advocate for anybody on our adventures. And this is just one of many stories we've told over the years from people who have joined our adventures. So thank you for being one of those people as well. Yeah. So I want to ask you, let me just take this out of the stream here. You've been a member for a while now, too. Talk to me about any other connections you've made with any of our partners, any other opportunities that have come up for you because of being a member?
Yeah, absolutely. We have really started to dive into the company this year and explore some of the perks of being a member. We have found our new beloved dog trainer through you guys. They are partners of yours, Red Pointy Dog Training.
Oh, good.
We participated in Luis's reactivity rehab and now have the membership to that as well. So we have Luis as support, who has helped us tremendously. I think Tracy can probably attest that, we've seen an improvement in Nora at these events even after that. We are in Jake's Trailblazers program, which gives us more opportunities to practice our hiking skills in small groups. And I also have obtained a small part-time job through partners of Golden Dog. I saw a listing for Mary's Dogs that they were looking for quarantine help shifts. So I have a small job there that has given me kind of that, like I said, that other side of rescue, of seeing the other side. Gave me the opportunity to take an adoptable dog out on an adventure that Nora would not have been comfortable on. So
That's right. The boat cruise recently. That's right.
Yes. So I got to enjoy an event with a green ribbon dog.
It's like, wow, what is that like? I don't even know.
Can I pet your dog? Yes.
Yes, please do.
It's never been something I've said before. So,
well, that's awesome. I'm really glad you've had those great connections. I mean, that's what we try to do, is connect people with other people who can help. I mean, we have trainers, veterinarians, professional photographers, canine fitness experts, pet stores, just so many wonderful people and partners to connect with. And I'm so glad that you connected with Red Pointy Dog Training. They are a founding partner. And we've had some wonderful, wonderful programs with them. So I'm really, really glad about that. So, as we're wrapping up here, and certainly if anybody has any questions, let us know. And if you're watching on the replay, let us know too, because we're happy to answer any questions. I can always tag Andreanna too, and she can answer any questions if they weren't answered here in the video. What about any final parting words, advice? Anybody on the fence who's thinking like, I don't know, going to an adventure, I'm really nervous. I just don't know if it's right for me. Anything you want to say to those people?
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're not sure how your dog will react, and you know that you have situations that do set your dog off, just go for it. it was so nerve-wracking to sign up for that first adventure and attend, but it's been so rewarding. It's been so enriching. Having a reactive dog can be so isolating, because your world becomes so small around you and your dog. But this is the group to take those leaps with, because they understand. Nora has jumped and snapped at Tracy more than once, and Tracy still loves to give her treats and walk next to us and talk to us. And the understanding here is unparalleled. And it's so validating to be at an event that with people that understand. And I think just that's the benefit. You open up this whole community that you wouldn't have had before. And they understand equipment that you might need. As you probably saw in some of the photos, Nora wears a basket muzzle sometimes, and no one there will judge you. They might even applaud you. Ray told me that another member said, oh, that's such a good dog, Mom, when we wore a basket muzzle for an entire adventure. So, so understanding and educating.
Yeah, and that's what we all need, for the support, of loving and being dedicated to reactive dog. We need a community of people who understand, who get us, and who are willing to support us in a bigger, environment. Because I know you've experienced this. I've certainly experienced this walking my reactive dog by myself in on a trail with people who don't understand. And if my dog were to snap at those dogs, or their unleashed dog came up to my dog and I'm like, could you, please leash your dog? My dog is reactive. I don't want anybody to get hurt. Oh, my dog's friendly. Well, my dog isn't. What are you not hearing? I know you've heard it a million times. All of our reactive dog guardians in our community know exactly what we're talking about. We all need t-shirts that say, Helen St. Pierre of No Monkey Business Dog Training. I love that. She's like, my dog's contagious. Just stay away. I love it. That's perfect. So, and thank you for those kind things that you said about membership. And we have quite a few comments coming in here. So let's flash them up. So Dawn, she knows full well. She also loves a reactive dog. She says, I sure do. My sweet but highly reactive Luna. And she had a question for you too. She's wondering, is the muzzle from Muzzle Movement?
Yes, it is. We actually have 3 of them from Muzzle Movement. The purple one that you see in most of the pictures is the size Tolly Star, and our newest one is their new size Taz. And we love them. I talk about them as much as I can. Such a great company that focuses on destigmatizing muzzles. Yes, there is our Taz. I'm sorry, Tolly there. If you see a blue one, you'll see more coming on as we condition to that. Maybe, yep, that one, yep. They focus on properly fitted muzzles that are lightweight, have a treat hole for positive reinforcement, and proper pant room, as well as just a whole host of muzzle advocacy. I have their t-shirt on that says "Good dogs wear muzzles." So I cannot talk
we could give them some love as well. Well, good. Well, let's see. We've got Michelle, who also loves reactive dogs. She says, love this. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk about your nervous pup. All you have done to ensure you both get to live the best life you can. This group has been so helpful for us and both of our pups, and has opened so many doors for us as well. Thanks for that, Michelle. That's awesome. Let's see. Dawn says, this group has been so accepting to help me and my girl. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for that, Dawn. Appreciate it. And Nancy, who loves Lucy, said, what an awesome talk. Very inspiring. And okay, so Dawn looks like she's looking at some of those for Luna as well. So that's great, Dawn. Certainly can connect you directly with Andreanna if you haven't met her in person before, so that she can give you some feedback.
Happy to let you try on ours for size if needed.
Oh, good idea. And Michelle wants one of those shirts, so you better post where you got that.
I will.
Know.
I'll link them.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you very much for taking time with us today. I really appreciate it. And I know you got up early because you work a late shift. So I'm very, very grateful to you for taking that time. And to anybody watching this and considering coming to an adventure, please do. If it doesn't work out, you know what? You go home. We all learned something new, and I refund your money. That's what it's about. We want to make people feel included, welcomed. We want you to have a fun and adventure with us. We want to keep the environment positive, and that's what the community that joins these adventures does as well. From our adventures of 6 people to our adventures of 50 people, it is the same mindset. And you've been to an adventure with 6 people, and you have been to an adventure with 50 people, so you know.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for your questions and comments. We really appreciate your support. Have a great day, and watch us for more Lunch and Learns with Reactive Dog Guardians to hear their stories. Bye, guys. Have a good one.